Hey everyone, it's Fun Around and my name is Jordan and we are on to week 5 for Thursday night football. I've had a lot of people ask about doing college football. There was no interest in college football, at least people asking me for videos last season. I don't know where this is coming from, but I mainly just know about the Ohio State Buckeyes and guys like Jeremiah Smith. And I don't see many people betting on him, but he's check him out, Jeremiah Smith from the Ohio State Buckeyes. But I am doing this earlier just to give a day spread, so maybe I have time tomorrow to look at some college stuff. But I'm going to jump right into it. I have a couple of picks. You'll see images that come up on the screen about right here. They'll be from a data app called Outlier. There's a link in the description. That'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. And my first pick is going to be Tyler Algier, over 31.5 rushing yards at -110. He plays for the Falcons. He is the backup running back to Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson's a little banged up with his hamstring, and they split 50-50 carries in that last game. Actually, Algier got one extra carry, and they're going to be on a short week. Bijan Robinson is questionable, but this play isn't hoping that he's completely out or anything like that. If you place his bet and he is ruled out, then yeah, that's going to be an amazing bet. But this is with Bijan Robinson playing and there potentially being another 50-50 split, trying to manage that hamstring, because hamstrings can be tricky and they can linger and they can get worse the more you play around with them. So on Sunday against the Saints, Algier had 8 carries for 60 yards and Bijan Robinson had 7 carries for 28 yards. Definitely something is hurting Bijan Robinson. Algier's averaging 8 carries over the past 3 games with an average of 6.2 yards a carry on the season. And the Buccaneers, if you look at how many rushing yards they're giving up against running backs, you'll see they're 15th. They're right there in the middle of the league. But something that I like to look at is average yards per carry that they're giving up, because sometimes teams that you're going up against are going to run the ball 30, 40 times against you. Maybe not 40, but 30 plus times against you. And then you have another team that might run the ball, 10 times against you and just throw the ball a lot. So that average yards per carry kind of evens things out. And the Buccaneers are giving up the 6th highest average yards per carry to teams in the league. So with the short week, with Algier playing well and getting a high yards per carry, we should see 8 to 10 carries from him. I like for him to go over this 31.5 rushing yards line at -110. If you guys could, please like the video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you just leave a comment for the algorithm? You just put a 5 for week 5 and it gets this video out there for more people to see. And also, if you want to try out a different sports book, check out Bet365. Just play $5 and they will give you $200 in bonus bets. There's a link in the description that'll take you there for that promo. Thank you to anyone who uses that. The second pick is going to be from the Buccaneers. I like Chase McLaughlin, over 1.5 field goals made at -120. He's gone over in 3 out of 4 games this season. They had one game where they really struggled to move the ball against the Denver Broncos. He will be kicking in a dome, or you can call it retractable roof. If there's nice weather, it's technically not a dome, but it's a nice stadium, and he's going to be kicking in good weather, whether the roof is there or not. Atlanta is allowing the most field goal attempts in the NFL, and McLaughlin played against them twice last year because they're division rivals, and he made 2 in both of those games. So he also got over 2 in 68% of games last season, so almost 70% of the time he was hitting 2 or more field goals. The offense for Tampa Bay has been doing pretty well, except for that Denver game. And Baker and the boys are scoring the 11th most points in the NFL. As a Cleveland fan, yes, we do miss him. We miss him a lot, but I'm glad he's doing well. We don't hate him at all. So with Atlanta giving up so many field goals and Chase McLaughlin's 100% on the year, we just need those 2 field goal attempts. Buccaneers offense is working pretty well. I like Algier and Chase McLaughlin for his field goals. And if you guys would like to get away from Prizepicks and try out different pick 'em apps with more choices, better payouts, check out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FINDAROUND11 on any of these. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. There's links in the description that'll take you straight there at the promo codes. And thank you to anyone who uses those. And also, if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. It's free. It's not going to turn into a premium or anything like that. You just bring your research. Everyone else is bringing their research. And you just discuss plays that you like for the week, for different sports, all that good stuff. So I'd love to see you in there. As far as the recap goes, for Sunday, Jamar Chase over receiving yards. He went over that. Marvin Harrison Jr. over receiving yards and or an anytime touchdown. He did not get the yards, but he did get the anytime touchdown. Then I had Sam Darnold for an interception against that Packers defense that likes to pick off teams, and they got their interception. Then I had Braylon Allen of the Jets. He played really well. I should have just went with the rushing yards, but he did a lot better than Breece Hall, and I have Breece Hall on my fantasy team. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I don't know if I'm going to play him against Minnesota Vikings. It's a tough matchup there. But Braylon Allen ended up going under his rushing plus receiving yards, but he looked like the better back out there. And I also had Alec Pierce over 23.5 receiving yards. He just had one reception. Anthony Richardson went down and Joe Flacco came in, and Joe Flacco actually didn't look that bad. He's another guy, as a Cleveland Browns fan, I do not hate, and I am rooting for him. He looked for Michael Pittman and Josh Downs a lot, and not Pierce very much. So it was just like an even day, but looking to have a better week 5, and same with the WNBA and potentially college. I'm telling you, I'll dig into it. There are a lot of teams with very good players that people are looking away from, and people like to bet on the big game of the night, like Alabama and Georgia. And yes, you're going to hit some bets there, but there are guys like the Ohio State players and Jeremiah Smith, who's a true freshman, who is amazing, getting anytime touchdowns just about every single game, and I don't see anyone taking him. Last year, I was putting people on the Cade Stover for the Ohio State Buckeyes to tight end, and he was always hitting his over on receiving yards. Stover, I now believe, plays for the Texans with his old quarterback, C.J. Stroud. So yes, there are diamonds in the rough to be found there. You just have to do the digging and do the work, and not just focus on the big game of the day, because there's going to be a lot of money being poured into that, and a lot of guys going off on those lesser watched games. So I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you all for Thursday Night Football. God bless you. It's Final Round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.